Hello and welcome to Design and Business Conversations for Creatives. I'm Cheyney and today I am chatting with Erin Harrison from the Freelance Village. It's worth to note up front that Erin and I are very close friends and have been for a number of years. I have done work for Erin and Erin has done work for me, and outside of that we have a really beautiful friendship, and I'm really looking forward to this interview. Whenever I chat with Erin, we just have a good laugh and hopefully that comes through in the interview. Erin is an amazing writer. She is a mum of two adorable girls. If you're familiar with me and the channel, you will know that I've recently written a book. That book is based on an experience from feeding a cat at Erin's house. So thank you, Erin and Stephen, for having me and sparking that idea to write a book. Erin is someone who has an amazing way with words. I love her conversational style. And I also really admire her for starting up the Freelance Village, which is a directory for creatives in New Zealand who operate as freelancers. Erin has poured so much energy into the Freelance Village to create a really caring, kind community where I have made lots of friends and felt super supported in what I've done, and I'm really excited to ask her some questions about her journey to business, and I hope you enjoy this video too.
Stand by for action. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I like your background.
Yes.
Very
Just
nice.
a little bit of decoration. Oh, hang on. Look what I found.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
My car. Cute, huh?
Cute.
It's pretty cute that I've got it.
Yeah, I just did a little intro and I gave you and Stephen a little shout out for letting me house sit your cat and
Inspiring.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for chatting with me. It's nice to see your face.
That's all right. Coming to you from sunny Taupo.
Ooh, and I'm coming to you from sunny and then cloudy and then rainy and then haily and then sunny again, Puhoi. Can you please introduce yourself and what you do, let people know what you're all about, what your business is about?
I'm coming to you from sort of two angles. The first is as a freelancer. So I've been a freelance writer for about 13 years. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I first started out doing a lot of print writing because that's how it was back then in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
And now I mainly do online content, so websites, blogs, social media. If your business needs words, then I can help out with that. The other angle I'm coming to you from is the Freelance Village. So that was a online platform that I set up mid-2017. Just as a freelancer and having lots of freelance friends like yourself, there wasn't anywhere where there was kind of a community of us in New Zealand, and there also wasn't anywhere that businesses could go to a central point and find a whole lot of freelancers and good freelancers. They were kind of just relying on typing into Google writer, business writer, and seeing what popped up. Yeah, basically I set it up as a not-for-profit. I didn't want to charge people to use the service, especially not businesses. Yes, there are recruitment companies that you can go to help you source freelancers, but of course that costs money, and for small businesses in New Zealand, that's just an extra cost that they just can't cover. So, and then for the freelancers, we've only just started charging a really small donation, and that is just to cover things like we just had a website refresh and for hosting and that kind of thing, because I'd been paying for that out of my pocket.
I know. No,
and
naughty.
I was also getting good feedback from our villagers, as I like to call them, that they were getting really good clients on board. So what I was asking for was a pretty small amount in terms of what they were getting back from the village.
For me, the return on an investment has been absolutely huge. I think that many villages will attest to the work that it has provided, but also the community collaborative vibe that you've created as well. I think that's very cool.
That was sort of the motivation for setting it up. I mean, we've all made new friends, whether it be people that we just work with, or you've been meeting up with some people in Auckland.
Having on my channel, like Monica.
Yes, it makes me so happy to see that. That's a real motivator for me, and it will never be about making money. I mean, in the future, it might be nice for me to have a wage, just to cover the work that I do on it. But at the moment, no, because I have 2 young children. It will give me a little bit of leeway in terms of if they're sick for 2 weeks with a cold and I don't have time to do posts or promotions and that kind of thing, then everyone seems to understand. That's just kind of me.
Erin in a nutshell. Okay, cool. Well, let's jump into the questions that I have prepared for you. Why did you start your business?
So I guess the Freelance Village, I don't see it as a business because it is a not-for-profit and it's more of a passion project, which a lot of people have sort of come on board with. It was about connecting with more freelancers around New Zealand and also trying to remove from our market those overseas platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and that kind of thing that basically pit freelancers against each other to offer the cheapest deal.
And
don't have a lot
industries.
yeah and don't have a lot of relevance for New Zealand. If you're a Kiwi business, it is really hard to get in say an American who understands the way that we communicate, the way that we talk, and that we're a little bit more casual and conversational. And it was just to sort of say, no, you don't need to use those overseas sites, because also, sometimes people have probably been taken for a ride on them where they've paid money and not got back what they...
Seen that with graphic design a billion times, yep.
Yeah. New Zealand businesses probably tend to trust New Zealand-based freelancers a lot more than sending some money overseas. I actually have a blog on the Freelance Village website that talks about why a freelancer is charging sort of $75 to $100 per hour or more than that. It's not that we just plucked a figure out of the air. The value that you get from working with top professional freelancers, I think many businesses could attest to what you get back from that and how it helps to shape your small to medium-sized business who doesn't have a big budget for paying for agencies. But there was a number of reasons for setting up the Freelance Village, and it was to unite New Zealand freelancers and provide somewhere that New Zealand-based businesses could go to and choose from a selection of hand-picked professionals that are here. Everyone is so dedicated to what they do. They love working with New Zealand businesses and helping them get results.
Yeah, and there's a real sense of pride in it too. I've noticed that with all the business owners that I work with, they're very proud of working with other Kiwi businesses. What are the perks of being a freelancer?
There are many. I got into it in the first instance because I just enjoyed the variety. I enjoyed the flexibility and the freedom where you could just sort of choose how your day went. I'm also someone who tends to work at nighttime. So sort of I'm most productive between the hours of sort of 7 and 10.
Doesn't lend into like normal business hours, does it?
No, I could sleep in and do some work in the middle of the day, take a break, and then go back to it in the evening. I like being in charge and I like being responsible for my work and when I do it. And then I've gone in and out of it. I've worked in an agency, I worked for stuff. Then I've recently gone back into it after having my second child. And again, it's because of the flexibility and freedom with having young children, just being able to work around if they're sick or their sleep times. That's definitely a perk, is the freedom and flexibility. Yeah, I just love talking with new people and helping them with their business and not always doing the same thing every day and learning about so many different businesses. I'm quite a nosy person, and so I love talking with new clients and asking them all about their business, and then I come away from it being like, oh, wow, that's amazing, like I didn't know all that stuff. And so that kind of feeds that that desire for information and asking questions and knowing things and getting into people's business.
You should have been a journalist.
Yeah. I couldn't ask the hard questions though. Like,
right.
I couldn't be someone who's like, so you've just had a car crash, how do you feel? Like,
yeah.
I would like to be a private investigator or a detective or something.
There you go.
Just again, so I can like,
have
have a snoop, tail people, get out the camera, sort of try and be all
Stealth.
Stealth. Yeah. Don't be suspicious and sort of take photos and
I can see it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Being sort of a friendly, happy person, no one would suspect it. I'd be good undercover.
I love it.
So yeah, I think that answered all the perks about being a freelancer. There's downsides. It's a roller coaster.
Yes.
1 week you're like, oh, don't have any work lined up, and then, which happened to me this week, and then suddenly I've sort of got 3 emails from people being like, hi, just get back in touch because I'd love to move forward with this, and now I've got too much work. And things like chasing invoices and all that kind of thing is not always enjoyable because I don't like maths or paying taxes and all that kind of stuff.
I hear you.
It's not all amazing all the time, but I love the thrill.
Do you have any advice for a client?
In terms of the freelance village and in terms of a business looking for a freelancer, I guess a piece of advice would be get in touch with me because I can help them work out what they may need and who might be the best fit and the best freelancer for them. We're quite niche in that we don't have hundreds and hundreds of people under each category. When you're faced with 10 graphic designers, you might sort of be like, oh, well, which one should I choose? So I can help with that, and that's free as well. But I think it's also about making sure that you have a real understanding of what your brief is.
Good advice, yeah.
How much you have to spend on it.
Budget, yeah.
To be flexible, because you'll be speaking with an expert who will have a greater understanding of what the work involves. Also go into it with an open mind and knowing that what you've pictured might not actually be what you need. Let the specialist, the expert that you're paying the money to, let them help you or work with you to decide to work out what it is that you need. Don't be too, it's not a word, but dictatory. Like don't just making up words here. Don't be set in place with this is what we need, because our freelancers have been working with tens of hundreds of businesses and they will have so much more experience, and just take that knowledge from them and use it. Because it's so valuable, because they'll be like, oh, well, I've worked with a business like yours before and we actually tried that and it didn't work, so maybe we should, let's try this path instead. So yeah, try and have a bit of an open mind about that. So I've kind of contradicted myself, and then I'm like, take a brief, but then also have an open mind.
Not really. I think it's important to go in, knowing what you want ultimately, but then letting the professional do it.
Yeah.
You're not, if they knew exactly how to do it from the first place in their brief, they wouldn't be hiring a professional to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's solid advice. I don't think it's contradictory.
Yep. That's a real word. Not dictatory. That's what kind of writer I am. I'm able just to make up words.
I like that. Erin's dictionary.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going to roll into question number 4, and this one I wanted to ask you in particular because I know you have 2 small ones, and given that I know you already and we are fairly similar on kind of running on creative energy, how do you protect your creative energy?
I don't.
Neither.
I am pretty abysmal at doing that, and it's something that I need to work on.
We can learn together maybe, because
but then
isn't my strength either.
That'll probably require a whole rework of my personality though, because I'm just kind of a person that doesn't like to let other people down.
Maybe a lesson there on boundary setting.
I've reached out to you for that help before, and I'm getting better.
I'm not that good at that either. I'm trying. It's a work in progress. And I work with a business coach, Michelle Clark, who I've also spoken to on this channel, and that was extremely helpful, and I'll probably do it again soon. Yeah,
so I mean, when I think back to myself, when I first started out as freelancing, it was all like, I've got to please the client and I've got to do this and da 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 da. So I've gotten a lot better at that. in terms of, not just jumping to attention when they ask for it. And I mean, I guess I know what I need to do, and I know that I need to respect my time more, but I just don't seem to be able to do it. I'm not sure why.
Tricky. What was really good is when we lived just around the corner from each other and we could go for walks. I miss that, because I think that was a really good space to just take some time for yourself, like have a good walk, fresh air with a good friend, have a chat, and then kind of break that routine.
I don't know if this year has just been a bit of a cluster F.
Wow.
And so maybe it just seems a bit more
cluster F that can go in Erin's dictionary.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just I've been struggling with that as well, and that sort of mindset of not doom and gloom, but just I don't know.
We've already established that protecting your creative energy is potentially not your strength, but what is your strength in business?
I think it's being friendly and approachable.
Warm person.
I think that goes a long way, especially in today's world where there's a lot of rudeness and just all that kind of stuff. I'm not afraid to reach out to people, so I use LinkedIn quite a bit for just connecting with people and networking. I'm a bit of a nerd. I probably check LinkedIn more than I check Facebook these days. So I think that's a strength, is that I'm not afraid to just say, hey, I'm Erin, how you doing? What's up? Maybe I can help you out with your content, or are you interested in hearing about the Freelance Village? If not, no worries, it's cool, have a great day. I guess I'm good at pitching or saying hi, but without that sort of salesy pressure type of thing. I think in terms of my writing, I think a strength is just that I'm quite good at just capturing that relaxed conversational style that people have and people resonate with.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad, because at the beginning I introduced you and said that what I really like about your style is that it's conversational. Like I've used your services in the past for my own business, and I really like that about your writing style. It isn't too formal and rigid, and it's just relaxed and conversational. So nailed it.
Thank you. Gracias.
I'm going to prompt you here. My next question is, where can people find you? But I think it's important you talk about LinkedIn, since you're on, self-professed on LinkedIn more than Facebook these days. So I will link everything in the comments below and overlay it on top of your face, overlay it on top of your face.
I've always wanted to do that. I see lots of people doing that in videos, and now I'm like, just check out the link below.
Like it. Like the video.
Yeah, comment. Tell us what you think.
Where can people find you?
They can just search Erin Harrison.
You're very, very, very good at Google. Sorry, side note. You and SEO and Google is like right in New Zealand. Erin's at the top probably. Anyway.
Dominating. So I'm on LinkedIn, and I love saying hi to new people. You'll find me on there. I see something like, I create content that stands out. And then I just have a website, www.erinharrison.co.nz, and then www.thefreelance. Do people say www anymore? Because it's just a given, isn't it? Sorry. Thefreelancevillage.co.nz. That is where I'm hiding behind all those freelancers, but businesses can reach out to me on there if they need help finding someone to help them.
Awesome. And like all the Facebook, Instagram, you're on those? Are they not your preferred? No? Okay, cool.
I'm just on there as a person.
Been lovely to chat with you and see your face. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and sharing, more about yourself and your business to the internet.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Trying to teach Florence to wave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Cuddles from me. Okay,
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Did I crack up just then?
No.
I feel like I feel like I saw myself up on the screen, and I was kind of like
No. Got an itchy nose.
You itch that nose.
You itch that nose.
Oh.
Entertaining. Yeah. I might put this in.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, remember give it a thumbs up, subscribe using the button below. If you would like to be notified of any new videos, please be sure to hit the notifications bell and you will get a little notification alert telling you that I have uploaded a new video. At the moment, I'm creating content pretty frequently and uploading between 1 and 2 new videos a week that discuss all things design and business. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.